Hey, good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. So just a quick warning. Anything said on this video is an opinion only. It's not there to give you specific advice. Any advice you need, you're always to seek independent financial advice. It's just a marketing tool to give you a little bit of information on the background of the markets, etc., etc. Okay, so the House has approved a 1 trillion, so the US has approved a 1 trillion infrastructure bill. So all the materials sector and the building sector shot up yesterday in the US, and there's another $1 trillion being poured into the US economy. You have to understand, all this liquidity and this huge amounts of money is adding to a booming stock market. So it looks like the stock market is very happy by it. It loves a bit of liquidity, it loves a bit of injection of capital. You have to remember, there was just a few months ago, there was 1.9 trillion pumped in. Now there's going to be another trillion. So it looks like the market's only going in one direction, up. Word of caution, word of warning. Markets never just go in one direction. Even though there's huge liquidity being pumped in, you always need to be aware that one day, at some stage, the markets will go the other way, and don't be caught out. But at the moment, it looks like everyone is over the moon with extra liquidity. Another $1 trillion being pumped into the marketplace, being pumped into the economy, and that's going to give jobs, materials. It's going to give all the ancillary services to the building industry a big boost. Regarding the tapering, the US Fed is going to be tapering the bond buying program, which it introduced during the pandemic, 120 billion. So that's going to be tapered, which means going to be reduced. And then you got key figures out today, in Tuesday and Wednesday, which is CPI, core consumer price index, and purchase price index, which is PPI. Both those figures will give a significant indication which way inflation is going. In my opinion, inflation is only going up, and as long as it goes up, that will be a thorn in the backside of the central banks and the European, US and world economies, because eventually what's likely to happen is that interest rates will go up, and that's when you start getting money pulled out of the economy. There's significant dollar weakness around, mainly because people are pulling out of cautious instruments and going onto speculative instruments like the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq being high tech is speculative or highly speculative, and the Nasdaq is at all-time highs. So people are throwing caution to the wind and putting a lot of money behind a lot of high-tech stocks and a lot of speculative stocks, and therefore the dollar is being dumped. That could turn around significantly if the Nasdaq was to fall and US dollars were being pulled out of investments and put into more solid investments. But let's see what happens on that front. What else have we got to report? Nothing really. Just when it comes to trading, I always suggest that you always use stop losses and take profits. Understand the instruments or the assets that you're trading. Don't start trading everything. Trade 2 or 3 assets, get familiar with them, understand the ranges, and that's how you should be trading, so you become an expert on that particular product. Only trade with regulated firms. Do not trade with non-regulated firms, as I say in every broadcast, simply because they'll end up stealing your money. So this is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. You can contact me on LinkedIn or WhatsApp, or you can comment on this YouTube. Please pass on this YouTube, or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Have a good day.